Another poor game for the referee. Another poor game over 90, so giving a ref for the blame is secondary. When we got Rash as our only weaponry. Respectfully, I need more support from the right and left of me. That's what Rashford's telling me. What? Another poor game for the referee. Another poor game over 90, so giving a ref for the blame is secondary. When we got Rash as our only weaponry. Respectfully, I need more support from the right and left of me. That's what Rashford's telling me. What? Yo, this is the OT99 Banter Room where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Did it get served today? Nothing got served today. The only person that got served is Casemiro with a red card. And it was... Look, I ain't gonna lie to you, Edwin. Wait, how you feeling anyway, Edwin? How you feeling?
I'm good. A bit tired, but we had to make it for the game.
Yeah, keep it 100.
But yeah, man, it's interesting. As I said, like, I'm just gonna ask you about the first half because fortunately I missed some of it. I missed it, but I did see the sending off, and yeah, I did see the full second half. But as I keep saying, sometimes, like, when you leave the Coke open and it's just flat, another flat Coke episode.
Bro, you know what? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Coming into this game, I thought Manchester United is gonna be a decent victory. Like, calm. Look, Man United's been a fortress at home. We don't lose. Like, away is one story, but at home's another story. I thought we was definitely walking away with the 3 points. Look, Man United it was comfortable. It was more of the ones where it's a frustrating one. When you're like, oh, we should have scored that. Missed opportunity chance. Rashford again, he had a chance where, like, he hit it, opened up his body, he hit it, he didn't get enough power on it. Comfortable gather by the keeper.
So what's your view on the first half? Was it like very like bland where we just sat back? Was there no intensity? What was it? What was it for you that didn't
Man
click
United,
in the first half?
Typical Man United first half. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them ones where we should have been up. Maybe they could have been got a goal themselves. One of them ones that we get lucky, we pull off a decent save. David De Gea does his thing, but Man United should have got chances. But of course, he didn't realise the ball was coming to him. A sick cross from Luke Shaw hit him on his head. He weren't prepared for it. Rashford, he got put through. Hit at the keeper, wasn't enough pace on it. There's another one where he got put through again.
When you say he got put through, was he 1-on-1?
Kind of like he was like, he had guys coming onto him, but literally like he had enough time and space to pop his shot off. So first time he popped his shot off, comfortable save. The second time, poor heavy touch, the ball, he lost it. And it's one of those things. And then there was a few handball claims and penalty claims here and there.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that one where the player kind of went low.
Yeah.
So that could have been given. That one could have been given, but because of the way he's positioning, because his arm was kind of tucked in, if his arm was a bit more out, then he could be like that, isn't it? So
they would have given it. Yeah.
I think one pivotal thing, especially in the first half, was potentially at the moment could be our player of the season so far, Casemiro. His red card, like, I know from what I saw, it didn't look like it was intentional, but it was still a dangerous tackle. But the question is, should it have been a yellow card, or do you think it was a deserved red card, or it was a bit harsher red card?
Bro, when you see that VAR, man, it's a red, bro. It's a red. I can't even lie to you. It was a red.
It's worse when what it is? It's worse when they slow it down, isn't it? And then you see
you know what it is?
And they freeze it as well.
They freeze it. They froze it, bro.
Because they slow it down here, and then they freeze it, and then they take a snapshot of where. So even if it looks like it's not on purpose, it'll look like the ball's here, your foot's over it, and then the player's leg is there.
That's like, and they call the referee over to the monitor. It's just like, yeah, this is long.
Yeah, because basically when they call it over to the monitor, it's like they're basically saying we would probably give a red card, or if it was a penalty, we'll give a penalty, but go and look at it, like, that's again. Exactly. And they were just like, because did he initially give him? Because sometimes he initially give him a yellow card and resend it. Was it straight? Yeah. He gave him a yellow card first.
Yeah, and then they told him to look at it. He took that yellow card back.
So he had to do that, then cancel, then. Oh, okay. I thought so. It wasn't a straight red. It was a yellow, then a red.
Was it? Yeah, yellow, then a red. Okay. This is annoying because, like, now Casemiro is gonna miss a pivotal game. He's gonna miss Everton, Newcastle, and one other. You know what I mean? Is that red card carry over into like Europa League? I don't even know. But this is
I don't think it does, because you remember it's just the Premier League, isn't it? So it's just domestic games. So I think it will affect things like maybe the FA Cup, potentially like the, you know what I mean, those kind of League Cups and stuff like that. I don't think
so. It wouldn't affect those.
I don't know. I think it potentially could.
Nah. See,
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure.
Because
but
if it's
I
just
think
Premier
it'll be
League,
okay to be in it.
if it's just Premier League, it's Newcastle, Brentford, and Everton that he's gonna miss. But if it is like domestic as well, then like he will miss like Fulham, and then it will miss Newcastle, Brentford, and then it'll be back for Everton. But you know, Brentford's never gonna be an easy game, even though we're at home. Newcastle away from home is not gonna be an easy game either. So Manchester, like, it's just annoying. Like when I saw that tackle, I thought, even though I know it wasn't intentional, it wasn't intentional. But you can't like go in like that. Your ball rolls over, your leg rolls over the ball, and then you could have took him out. Could have snapped his, like, if that on another day, you know what I mean? That could have been a serious injury.
And sometimes it's like, did you have to even make that tackle?
Did you have to make that tackle? Like when people go to the ground, when these players go to the ground and do this slide tackle thing, for me, it's just like, even if you win the ball, it's still risky, bro. If you're going in with that much pace and force, you're automatically gonna make the referee start thinking like, if you don't connect with the ball, even if you do connect with the ball, like, and my thing is just like, when guys go to the ground, I don't even know why it's a thing why players are still being like, it's still okay for players to tackle with their stud showing. Do you know what I mean? Like, you look at Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, when he does his slide, you ain't never worrying. The one thing you ain't got to worry about is Aaron Wan-Bissaka showing studs. He's perfected it where
more he'll get a yellow card in it, but to put your foot out like that is very dangerous, man.
It's dangerous. Aaron Wan-Bissaka does the sweeping thing. Do you know what I mean? Gathers the ball, and these men are going in like with these challenges, whether it's reckless or intent or not. Players need to learn how to tackle without flipping showing studs, bro. Like, use your shin, like use side foot, like find a way, bro. It's mad. And he's let us down.
Prior to that, were we on the ropes a bit? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like,
look, in that game, Manchester United, even though Southampton had an odd chance here and there, we were somewhat comfortable. Like, I remember David De Gea making a good save. I would say it was a good reactions because the header, I think it was a header or something, directed directly at him, and he sort of just tipped it over the bar. But the game was really and truly just, it was just going, like, it was just going. Manchester United obviously missed our chances there, missed out 1 or 2, but it looked like one of those typical games where Man United will come back in the second half and do a thing and get the result. But we didn't today.
And this is what I was saying today. The problem is going to get to points if they won't have enough. They won't have the opportunity to come back in the second half. Like, keep saying this, like, they keep relying on starting slow, then trying to finish heavy. But look, they couldn't do it today because there were like 10 men. And, you know, then that goes on to my point now about the second half. And, like, for a team, I know we got 10 men, but we're all giving away the ball too much. Like, realistically, we should be, even though it sounds crazy in comparison to what we thought, we should be so happy with a 0-0 because they hit the post, they hit the crossbar, they had a few chances. You know, the gear made some good saves. Yeah, like we were. Do you know what it is? It's not like they were outplaying us. That's the thing. We were just causing our own problems. Like, we're giving the ball away. Like, Bruno's giving the ball away. Wan-Bissaka's giving it after a corner where they hit us at a counter. So yeah, what was your just thoughts about that? Like, just the lack of like retaining the ball and just like,
it's a problem, bro. Wan-Bissaka giving it away, David De Gea doing his thing, giving it away. I hear he's doing training as well with his distribution to try and get up to scratch. But Bruno was doing a madness, and I can understand when you got 11 men. Like, Bruno's going to do what he does, but when you're 10 men, you got to be a little bit more cautious. You know what I mean? Like, possession in the second half, they had 60%. We had about.
He's got to do what Rashford says.
Do you know what I mean? Think about what you're doing. You understand?
Yeah. Remember that chance I said that he done where Garnacho had made he was in like sort of just advanced from the left back position, and Garnacho had made a run. Instead of passing it square, he cut in and played a long ball across. It's just like, why would you do that? Like, I'd rather pass it to Garnacho and let him run at the defender. Like, playing a cross ball, then breaking it down and hitting us back is like, why would you do, like, there's one thing, yeah, like, don't try and be over ambitious. Like you say, you've got to be able to tone it down. And I don't think he's got that balance where he just knows how to play everything. Yeah. He wants to make everything difficult outside of the foot.
Yeah.
Like, just play it simple.
Yep. And we made that whole game difficult. I remember Bruno doing a flick. It almost cost us. He done this flick, right? It led to like almost like a one-on-one chance. Like,
is that the one where Martinez got the balls in it. And he kind of like shifted the ball back.
Yeah.
Like
I think there was one. I think that might be, was that Aaron Wan-Bissaka that gave that ball when Martinez sort of got back, but it was like a one-on-one. Like if that was Lindelof and Maguire, like one of the days where we decided to just play those, nobody's catching up to this guy. Do you know what I mean? But Martinez's pace allows him to get there and just disrupt.
He's faster than I thought he was.
But Martinez played cold. I know he got early booking, but Martinez today, right, was a key reason why Manchester United walk away with at least a point today, because he put in a shift. I felt like he was like, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but he put in a shift today. But Manchester United today, like you were saying offline, Edwin, I feel like Manchester United, it's showing that where we are in our development stage, isn't it? It's showing us that we're not quite ready, are we?
I think we were spoiled by the run we went on, that winning the cup. But like one thing I would say, especially after that 7-0, what I think shows a real character is not what you do when you're winning, but how you perform when your back is against the rope. And Man United folded too much. Like, fair enough, we lost, but there's like the style in losing. Like players were like
Liverpool one,
like players were turning their back. People like the ball be in the box, they're not even trying to tackle no more. They're like, there's no urgency. Even when we're like they're not close. Like no one was closing down. You know what I mean? So it's just like. With that, is like I don't mind us losing, because it like anything's possible. You're not going to win every single game. It's very unlikely for a team to go. It could be done, but you know that Arsenal are invincible run. It's very unlikely, right? Because of the way even the mid and lower teams have improved. But for me, it's just about your attitude, and that you got to have that fight, man. Get that Rocky vibe on. There's no Eye of the Tiger fan, man.
None of that.
You know what I mean?
Bro, I have to keep reminding myself about this team. That like we're 7 months in, early days, and Eric Ten Hag needs time to work out and implement his style, and also even bringing his own players that can do it, because he will identify that certain players can't do it. And for me, it's just, do you know what? Yeah, you see this game where we went down 10 men, right? Casemiro got sent off. Yeah, like for me, I'm thinking. Do you know when you see teams that they go down to 10 men and you don't even realize that they're down to 10 men, they're still bossing the game, they're still creating
someone
chances.
Like Man City will do well with that, isn't it? They'll still keep retention there.
Arsenal will even do well with it, and I'm thinking Man United are not at the place yet where we can still hold down a game and look comfortable with 10 men. Like Man United go down to 10 men, you can clearly see that Manchester United has gone down to 10 men. And when Man United are be able to play a good game of football with 10 men and still look comfortable, I would say probably then that we're just not ready. Because like I said, like if it's Arsenal, even Newcastle, if Newcastle went down to 10 men against Southampton, it wouldn't be that evident. Look, Man United had 30% possession in the second half. It's terrible, bro. It's terrible, man. Look, this team, Edwin, we've got a lot of work to do, bro. A lot of work to do.
We definitely got a lot of work to do. And do you know what we need to do? We need to not to compare teams, but look at Arsenal, 3-0 second half. So it's really your game to lose. You can actually take your foot off the gas. You can relax now. You can bring on players. You can shut down the game. Like Man United exceeds too much energy. I'd rather us go out guns blazing and then chill in the second half. You know what I mean? Like we leave too much to do. You know, and we start slow. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the problem for me. Is like I said it all the time. It's going to get to points where you're not going to have the chance to turn up in the second half. And today was another one. You got a sending off, like, you know what I mean. So these are the times where we're dropping points, and you've got other teams like Tottenham that are starting to pick up momentum. You know what I mean? So it's just like we've got to be careful, because even though it looks like we can finish the top four, anything can happen.
That's the thing. I feel like we had another opportunity here to extend the gap on Liverpool with a slight little resurgence after they dropped points. And Man United just didn't take it. Do you know what I mean? We just didn't take it. We could have been 10 points clear of them. And now we've just extended it by a point. We're just making life difficult for ourselves, like I said. And it's just going to be a bumpy ride. But again, all of these things are just signs, and it's evident of where we are at this stage. You know what I mean? Like where we are at this stage of our development, you know. And you're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs, and you're going to have these frustrating performances, man. And we're just going to have to grind through. We literally are just going to have to grind through, man. Hopefully, come summer, you know, we can reassess, reevaluate, and understand we can bring in as well that can help us to play that type of football that we want to see, man. Because at the minute, all this back and forth, and the game was too open. Do you know what I mean? You hear commentators saying that this is the most exciting game, this is the most open-ended game. I'm just like, we don't want to be that team where it's open-ended, unless it's us attacking the defense, not the other way around. We don't want to be that team. We need
to be shutting down teams. Boom, like, you know what I mean? Like, we need to be putting it on teams. Like, I said this the other day, I haven't seen it dominate, like, where, like, we've lost 6-2, we've lost 7-0, even losing 4-0 to, like, the Brentfords and that, even the game against Aston Villa. Like, I've never seen us just wipe out a team. I've seen us win games, but just fully just destroy a team. I haven't really seen it from us. Maybe like the early Liverpool and Arsenal games, maybe the Liverpool game where we played well with a counter-attack and just attacking them and pressing them. But I haven't really seen us destroy a team. Like, I
think the last team we obliterated was Southampton. Actually, Southampton, where they had who was their manager at that time? I can't remember them. I don't remember their manager, but I think we won like 9. I think it was like 9-0 or something crazy like that. We won that game by Hassan Hutel.
Yeah,
it was them. I think that was the last full annihilation, obliteration. But yeah, you're right. We ain't seen that whole just annihilate teams, man. It's stressful, bro. Stressful. Like even the Real Betis game, that was just the result don't necessarily tell the full story. Do you know what I mean? Don't necessarily tell the full story. And that's the thing.
The result looks like we obliterated them, but when you watch it, it wasn't really like that. Like,
it wasn't like that.
They had their chances. It's just that we were a bit more ruthless in front of goal. That thing.
But the more I watch Man United, man, oh man, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. We need a lot of work. We need a lot of work done with Manchester United, man. Really do need someone to help in Osimhen as well, man. Because I mean, helping Rashford, and you know, I'm thinking about Osimhen coming in because he just like we need that pace up top, man. Rashford and Osimhen share that load, getting more people into the game. Like, yeah, we can't afford to have a slow striker. We need pace because I look at Sancho, I look at Anthony. Certain times they're occupying the same positions as well, similar type players. You see when Garnacho comes on, yeah. You see that the slight little cameo that he had, but the impact that it's not like he had a major impact, but you can see the directness. You can see him running at players. He got fouled. You thought he was injured and everything, but you see that if there's anything going to come from anyone in the game, it's going to be from Garnacho, from that little cameo he made. And I feel that part of that is because he's not the quickest guy in the world. It's just very direct. The way he plays, very direct. He takes guys on, and I feel like if we're bringing in any attackers, it needs to be guys not of the shape and mold of your Anthony's or Sancho's. It needs to be more on the shape of the Garnachos, taking guys on, running at them, speed, strength, like, you know what I mean? Because if we're playing this whole transition stuff, we're gonna need pace. We're gonna need guys that slow down the game, man. But Edwin, man, who was your man of the match?
Pardon? Sorry, you cut out.
So who's your man of the match?
Sorry, you still cut out. What did you say? I check it.
You're probably right. You know?
Like, I don't feel anyone, like, okay, attack wise, I wouldn't say anyone played really good. I feel like it'll either have to be Martinez. I think he put a good shift at the back. He done well positional, or maybe even De Gea. He made some vital saves. You know what I mean? So,
it's distribution, though, man. It's still a problem.
I know, but the thing is, we got to like. I know his distribution didn't cost us a goal, but he did save us a goal. You have to look at it like that.
I mean, I back De Gea when he pulls off these Superman saves, man. But what I see him do,
it's hard to say a man of a match when the game was just flat.
It was flat.
You know what? Might just look. You know, maybe this is shout out to NK because he's not here. Maybe I'll take an NK line. Shout out to the fans that stayed. Watching 90 minutes, the full 90 minutes. Who you got man of the match? Maybe I'll give it to maybe like Martinez, maybe because I feel like Shaw was okay, but it wasn't like Wan-Bissaka gave the ball a bit. Obviously Casemiro got sent off. Bruno was giving the ball away quite a bit. Rashford didn't take his chances really. The wingers, Anthony didn't really play that well. Sancho played all right, but it wasn't like nothing special. And then the substitutions, they just had to do. It's hard. Like, you know, when I'm running through, I'm just thinking, who could it be? Like, I don't know.
For me, I think you mentioned her name earlier, and That's the name I'm going by. Martinez, man. I feel like he was pivotal for us. Important
defensively, you know.
Important defensively, very important defensively. And like I said, to like where he was chasing down. I think I remember Saka gave the ball away, is chasing it down and just put the defender off.
Oh yeah, then he was able to put shift the guy to the left a bit. Yeah,
do you know what I mean? And I think that's those things. You know, it's just what Martinez does. He sniffs out the danger, man. So for me, I'm gonna give it to him. But poor
I have to give a shout out there also to McTominay. He wasn't like he didn't have the best games, but he made some good defensive, like backtracking. You know, cutting out the ball. Like so, he's not my man
winning the ball
match,
back.
but
Yeah, and spraying.
He won the ball back quite a back. Yeah, like he was getting back. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, Scott McTominay, I can understand that substitution as well, because when workhorse is slow, you're down to 10 men, you're gonna need pace, dynamic to get around the pitch, and I feel
someone that likes to get involved in the gritty. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I mean,
but look,
that's what he does, isn't it?
You know, we go again, man.
All of this talk, Edwin, for me, I'm staying firmly locked into just trying to grind our way to this top 4 spot. You know what I mean? Grind our way. We've played 26 games. We've got a game in hand. You know, and we've got 50 points.
So what, there's 12 games left then, yeah?
We've got 12 games left, yeah.
Okay.
And we're 11 points behind City.
Yeah. Okay.
So we can close it down to 8. But yeah, I just want us to solidify. Tottenham's played 27 points. They're 2 points behind us. So if we can get a W in our next game, then you know that's gonna be a tough game, by the way. But especially with no Casemiro now, we can make that gap a lot bigger. But between us and Liverpool was 8 points, like I said. So we've got a nice healthy little gap there. So hopefully
we can't be too complacent, because that's 2 wins.
Get sticky.
If we lose 2 and then 2 draws, then you know what I mean.
Sticky.
A couple more draws, they're picking up points. The 2s add up for them, and so we gotta be careful, man.
100%.
It sounds like 8 points is a lot, but it's not.
It's 2 W's,
especially
2 L's, 2 losses.
Especially when there's 12 games left, and that's 36 points up for 36 points up for grabs. Like that, 8 points doesn't mean So hey, look, we'll be back. Midweek for what was it? Second leg against Real Betis. So yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. Look, we're as flat as the performance. Straight,
it's true. When United give us something,
there's nothing to really say. Like nothing really happened. We got sent off. Our key player got sent off, and we're like, that's 2 points dropped.
It's crazy. Meanwhile, you're looking at the ops. You're looking at Trossard getting hat tricks of assists. You're looking at it like,
trust me, bro.
Look, the only joy I got from this weekend, when it comes to football, is watching Liverpool catch that L. Look, I was happy, bro.
Do you know why I can't? I'm not saying nothing, because I ain't gonna lie. The treatment they gave us, we still have to be humble for at least another week or two, because that 7-0,
Bro, I wouldn't get left alone. That Liverpool one, the nations were coming at me left, right, and center. I couldn't get. I wasn't like, there was no downtime. And when I see them lose against Bournemouth, you see how they all just calmed down a little bit. They all just simmered. It was just a lovely feeling. It was beautiful, bro. Just simmer, chill, get back into your box.
I can't react. I'm still angry. Like how they losing to Bournemouth and them hitting 7 past us, making Gakpo look and Nunes look like they've arrived. Anyway, look.
Looking like Ballon d'Or, you know.
Real Betis, we got to comfortably win that second leg. I don't want no issues. I don't want no surprises. Deal with it from first half, get a couple goals, bring on some of the youngsters if you want, rest them up.
Do you still think we can get a trophy, by the way?
Anything's possible. The Europa League is still there.
Which one do you feel like is more doable, Europa or FA?
You never know, man. Because it all depends on who else goes through. Sometimes, like, you know what I mean? It's a draw of who's left.
Like City, Man City. They're still in FA, but then,
it's stuff like that, you know what I mean? And then, so you got to be, it's hard, isn't it? When it starts getting to quarterfinals and semis, then you could be like, you know what? One thing I have to do is stand by my team. I've got faith that we can win any cup that we're still in. Whether it happens or not, that's to be seen. But anything's possible.
We need that energy, bruv. We need it, bruv. Because I reckon in cup competitions, I reckon we can get something. It's just this league. It's just these.
Yeah,
it's just
like
these
the league
games.
is like, I don't know what's up with the league. We just be acting shy. Like, you know what I mean? All the confidence in Europa League. But you know what? Maybe they know that winning the Europa League will take the stress off the top four. Because you
Big
win
gamble,
that, you
though.
don't have to finish top four. It's a big gamble, but you've got to make sure you spread all the options. You know what I mean? Because it's like, what happens if top four becomes an issue? At least we've got the Europa to fall back on. So we'll see. What about you? Do you think we can, out of any cup that we've got left, the league, FA Cup, Europa, which one do you think we actually got a chance of being like, yeah, we're about to lift this?
Europa, probably, Yeah, I'd say Europa, man. Because City,
The league's looking peak right now, isn't it?
yeah, I think it's City. City's always going to put a strong first team, and yeah, we can beat them in a final, but Pep takes those games seriously, man. Whereas, like, yeah, and if we ain't got a full squad, it depends again. Like, if we got a full squad firing and everything like that, meaning when I say full squad, I just mean Martial being back fit. Do you know what I mean? Then yeah, you know what I mean, and he's firing. Anything can happen. Because Martial, he's a big the whole season it was gone. Big letdown, man. Big letdown. But you know, it is what it is, man. In the summer, I think we've come out and made it clear that he wants to go anyway, man. I think I've been reading stuff actually. It's not like Erik ten Hag came out and said, yeah, I thought I read stuff about him, accepting the fact that he needs to be sold. So yeah, I think Man United need 2 strikers, to be honest. I thought that we should get in 2. One young one and then one established one. You get me? Especially if we're going to lose, especially if we don't sign Workhorse. Do you know what I mean? So
that's a fact, but first of all, we just need to get through the season, man.
Facts.
On that note, guys, we'll see you on
Thursday. Guys, thank you for joining us, man. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, man, and just think about it. Think about it. Let us know what you think.
Shout out
Until
NK,
next time.
man.
Peace.
See you soon, man.